Oh man, found a crappie, guys. I haven't even got the net ready yet. I got it ready now. Bam. It's a nice one too. I'm on the hunt for the bigger crappie, guys. That's why I'm using the color today. I am. Yeah, this color is called Slayer. Well, you know what? I had my pliers last night on doing something at the house. I don't know if I put them back on. Yeah, I did. I laid them back here. You know, when you get something off your boat, you take a chance. When it's in the garage, sometimes I just grab these pliers instead of going to the toolbox in the garage because my boat's right there at me. That's a nice fish. This is the color. It's called Slayer. All right, it's a new color. Hopefully, the time y'all see this, they'll be on the site. That's a nice fish. We'll let you go. I ought to keep a couple. I just think I'd throw him back. Dennis, you ought to keep a couple. This is a Azure. It's a Azure back. Okay, Azure color is a fluorescent color, and it's a real light pearl belly. Okay, he got my hook out of shape a little bit. Out my hook on my bait. I'm gonna reposition it. All right, let's see if we can get another one. Dave sent me this towel, guys. It's on a retractor string. Isn't that neat? I'd never seen them before. In fact, I'm gonna go back and say this. A couple of the guys I work with that paint, you know, we carry rag all the time painting, right? You go up a ladder and go to wipe something off that you got paint on something you didn't want to, or on your hand or whatever. You reach to your rag that's stuck in the corner of your front pocket or your back pocket and it's gone. You look down, it's laying on the ground, 20 feet down on the ground from the ladder. And I've been saying this for 20 years. We need to make a retractable string, some kind of holder that goes on your belt or something so you won't lose your rag. Bam! So Dave, when I seen it, you sent me this, Dave sent it to me. When I seen this, I went, that is the neatest thing. I don't get out enough, guys. I reckon he found it in the sports section because it said sports towel, so I don't go in the sports. If it ain't the fishing section, I don't go in it. Y'all probably the same way, ain't you? All right, guys, I'm fishing an underwater bridge here. I have fished it before. It's not but a couple fish here. I'm gonna get set up here. I'm gonna set my spot lock. The wind's just enough wind. Y'all see how cloudy it is? I told y'all it's been raining. Yesterday's video, I said my battery wouldn't come out of my camera, and I was gonna go home and put it in the freezer. That's what I did. I went home, I put it in the freezer for 20 minutes. Went up, started me some supper. It was like 9 o'clock by the time I done this, guys, because at the boat ramp, the guy that made this for me was at the boat ramp, and we talked for a while, for about an hour before I went in. So I put it in the freezer, went up, started my supper, came back down, waited 20 minutes, ran back down real quick, took it out of the freezer, took my pocket knife, popped right out. Now, we're gonna find out today whether it messed my camera up or not, but it shouldn't have hurt the camera being frozen for 20 minutes. But when you shrink stuff, let me say this a different way, Dennis, I can say this. When you freeze something, it shrinks, and that's why I done that. And it came out. So let's see if it's working today. Here's this bridge. All right, guys, sometimes I yap too much in my edited video. I end up cutting most of it out because I ran out of time. See the bridge is falling off right here? Straight down. That's why it's black right here. See the couple fish right there? It ain't many, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One up here, maybe 6. All right, so one of them's already sore-lipped. Slayer done hooked one of them. Let's see if we can get another one. They're 40 feet out there, and I'm using a 1/48 ounce head. So it sinks very slow. And that time, that was the second cast. The first cast, I didn't pay attention to it. But it sinks so slow that when it got to him, I've showed you all this in another video. I see one going for it already. Here he goes. He's heading for it. Oops, I reeled it too soon. I think I just took it away from him. No, he's still chasing it. But it sinks so slow that they have time to see it coming. And they can check it out. Now, what I'll do before I leave here is I'll throw a heavier jig too. But sometimes a slower fall is what gets you to bite. But don't be afraid to do both. Don't be afraid to throw a slight jig on a school fish like that. They're 12 foot deep. If you don't get any takers, go to a heavier jig and I'll throw past them and reel back through them. I got most gonna be a baby. Yeah, a baby. It's about 4 down here on the bottom of this bridge, guys. I tell you, the big fish are hard to find. I threw him a little high, didn't I? I mean, he caught on. I went to pitch him. He caught on the end of my finger. Right there. See that little group right there? See, that's the other side of the bridge right there. I caught one off the other side and one off this side. I'm not going to even throw back at him because, see, I know they're small now. So I'm seeing a lot of small fish. See, there's the other side of the bridge. So they're not even there now. I threw at them a couple times and they left. But they were decent fish. Sometimes, guys, that's something you learn too with the live scope. Some bait fish fooling around right there. They won't let you keep throwing at them. You throw them a few times and they go, nope. All right, guys, I found another one. Oh yeah, it's a crappie too. I know y'all going like, what? He said it was a crappie too. Yeah, because I catch a lot of bass, guys. I catch a lot of bass. These guys over here are using live minnows. They got a minnow tank. I haven't seen them catch anything yet. That's a male. This is post spawn. Oops. I gotta watch that depth finder. I got used to that depth finder being. I hit it with my rod. I didn't hit it with the handle. I have to get used to it. I'll beat the pieces before I ever get used to it. All right. Now y'all can see what I threw at right here. They're moving along. I'm gonna have to keep up with them. All right, guys. I think I've got another one. Wow. I don't think this is a. Nope. I'll say I don't think this was a crappie while he's fighting. It's not. White perch here will mix in with the crappie sometimes. Still a fish, isn't it? Somebody asked me months ago what a white perch looks like, and I caught one of these and showed them. They said that's not what their white perch look like. So I don't know what. Who knows? All right, guys. Next cast, I think I got a crappie this time. Like I say, crappie, white perch, and bass will mix up here on this lake. Yeah, he was fighting more like a crappie. The white perch fights a little different. I don't mind catching a white perch if we get in some decent ones. Everybody says they're good eating. I've never ate them. But they say if you catch the bigger ones, they're really nice. The school was holding still. As long as the school, I've moved a little bit. If y'all noticed that, y'all probably can't tell that. I did move the boat a little bit. Then they stopped, so I stopped too. As long as they're set still. If they're stop on something and sit on something, a stump, it don't take much. There you go. They'll sit on a little stump or anything for a while. That's great. That's fine with me. Oh, this now, he's got some shoulders. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, come on. He's got his mouth wide open too. I said this the other day, I bet some of y'all went, huh? You know, when they take off like that and you're reeling them in, and they got their mouth open, like, you know, wide open, do y'all think that makes a difference? Because you know how sometimes when you first set the hook, you start reeling, you go like, oh, this is nice, and then you got close to bait, you go, no, he's not. That's a decent fish, he's probably 10 inches. But sometimes I think when you set the hook, they open their mouth trying to get rid of the bait, right? They're trying to shake it out, and they got that mouth wide open like that. You're scooping all that water, you got all that drag. All right, guys, this next cast. They like this color. So the water has a little color to it today. We've had this rain. Like I say, it's been raining now. Oh, stay away from my live scope. I got 4-pound test. I'm not scared to boat flip these. And it's supposed to rain again. Oh, there's a blue sky right there. One little spot. Can y'all see it? It's supposed to rain, start back raining at 3 o'clock. So I thought I was supposed to work on my, I told my wife I was going to pour base this morning and then work on my steps. I've got my steps almost done. All I got to do is glue them. I'm putting vinyl plank on my steps going downstairs, guys, from upstairs to downstairs in my house. I put vinyl plank all the way up in my upstairs after Christmas. After Christmas there, I spent a week and done that. So now we decided to run it down the steps. So I ordered 2 more boxes and they came in this Wednesday. I went and got those, and I done cut them all, the risers and the steps. All I gotta do now is go back and glue it. All right, guys, got another next cast. See him here? You see him coming right here. There he is. There he is. Bam. What do you think of that? Old Slayer's working on him in it. All right, guys. This is the, bam, that's a nice fish there. Okay, this is, again, this is a Azure with just a real light pearl belly. It's cloudy today, so y'all not seeing it. It's got 015 size flake in it. I made this color for clear water, and I got another color called dipstick for clear water, okay? And actually, I think I'm gonna make one more cast with this one, and I'm gonna switch to it. See the fish right here? I've got my chesty moved some, guys, trying to help y'all with this nice tall stand. Isn't that nice? Look here, they start at 30 feet and they go out to 45. That's all closer I'm gonna get to them. Y'all hear me say it all the time. I could get closer, but I'm not gonna catch as many. I done caught one almost every cast. I had a bite every cast. I guaranteed you if I pulled up here to 20 feet from them, that'd end it. All right, guys. I think I lost the last clip because the camera wasn't cut off. I had to take the battery out. It froze up. It does it every once in a while. I don't know. I heard people talking about buying the tins. I don't know. I'm trying to wait. If I can wait till fall, that'll be good. Unless y'all start buying a bunch of baits. Y'all go out and buy a bunch of baits so I can buy a new camera. I just bought it. Y'all know, y'all keep up the site. No, I just bought a new computer. Oops, I'm gonna tear this bait. That's all right, it's my last fish. Well, sometimes you can't, there we go, I see it. Sometimes you can't see where the hook is from the bait, can you? He's a little fella, he's about 9 inches. All right, guys, I'm gonna switch to another bait with another new color. This color's called Slayer. I told you I was gonna tear it. It was tore anyway. I done caught so many fish on it. All right, and I was done. They're still there. Look, they're on a drop. Watch the scope right here. There's one there. Watch the scope. See? They're right on the edge of a drop, just sitting there. Stuff like that will hold crappie, guys. You got a drop like that. Stuff like that will hold them when they're open water like that and running. They're just sitting here. The water's got some color to it, so they're not spooked. They're just sitting there. And that's why, if you see right now, I'm a little bit more than 35 feet from them, man. See here? Here's 40 feet. Again, I don't get close to them. I'm a believer that if you get close to them, it spooks them. I know some people get close to them. I don't. I said this in a video just the other day. I think the further you stay from them, 30 foot or more, you're better off you are. Now, if you got dirty water, if you're on a lake where you don't, the fish, I hear these guys saying in some of these lakes in Mississippi stuff that they keep their live scope set on 25 and 30 feet. That don't work for me here. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the style of fishing I'm doing. But look, I'd rather cast out there to them like that and I'm reeling them back. Y'all noticed I don't use a 10 or 12 foot rod. I got a 10 footer and I use it once in a while. But this rod here weighs nothing. That little tiny 1000 reel, it weighs nothing. I can throw that bait out there, throw it a long ways. I get to reel it back. Chunk and wind. I enjoy that. That's how I enjoy fishing. I enjoy filling the fish and fighting them in. To me, when I'm using my 10 foot rod, I'm just picking them up and swinging them in the boat. I'm catching fish, and that's okay. But I don't want to do that all the time, guys. I'd rather reel them in. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, guys. That's just me. Okay, don't beat me up for it if you're a dipper, or that's what they call it here local. I don't know what y'all call it. The local guys here call it dipping. If you're using a 10, 12 foot rod, and if you think about it, it's what you're doing. You drop your bait down, you dip it in the water, you pull it out. You dip in the water, that's what you're doing. You dipping. They call it dipping. Some of them call it vertical jigging. So you're vertical jigging is what you're doing. That's a proper name for it, I would think. Appreciate y'all, guys. I have fun with you. I hope I never say anything that does offend you, because I'm just sharing some things with you. You know, you gotta fish your style of fishing. Let me say that. You gotta fish your style of fishing. Because I know there's people that don't even own a casting rod. You vertical jig all the time, and that's fine. Where you're at, so like I said, Crappie Connection was talking about the other week. Most of them guys are vertical jiggers. Because they said they keep their live scope on 20 and 30 feet. You got to be vertical jigging if you keep your live scope on 20 and 30 feet. And they catch a lot of fish. And they said that on their lake, they can get by with that. You're not going to get by with that on this lake. You've got to fish best of your lake. If you're having trouble catching them vertical jigging and they won't hit you, start backing off some and cast them. Buy you one casting outfit. Buy you a nice one. This Denali, guys, I bought these Denalis. I did trade for one of them with baits at the bait shop. These are 7 foot rods, light action. They're great rods. Jesse said he bought one and he loved it. I think he said he broke the tip on it the other day. I told him I'd make you cry. These are made for crappie fishing. They got a good tip. Great rods, guys. They cast your bait a long ways. That's what you got to have too. If you're casting, you need a rod with a lot of tips so you can throw that little tiny bait a long ways, right? I'm throwing a 1/32, and those fish I'm throwing at 40 feet, no problem. And it's 4-pound test. The heavier line you go to, harder it's going to be to throw that bait. You go to 6, you're not going to throw it as far. You go to 8, you're going to drop way back. Why? Because the diameter of the line. The smaller line throws further, right? And you'll get more bites on smaller line too, unless you're fishing mud. If you're fishing mud, water don't make any difference. All right, guys, appreciate y'all. See you next time, Fishing Lake Country.